Alhamdulillah. First of all, I praise Allah SWT for finally having the opportunity to meet you guys. Yeah, because all this while since the day one, we were with the parents over there, and inshallah within I think we have only around 1 hour session.
Ustaz nak lebih boleh.
Tak apa, insyaAllah. Okay. As you might, maybe we should start our session a little bit. I don't want to make it too formal. Just want to make it simple. We want to discuss about a few things, the gist that can be taken from some of the topics that we discussed with your parents. Perhaps it will be something beneficial, and I also like to listen from your point of view regarding building up a Muslim mind. What does it mean by having a Muslim version of thinking? Because it's very important, all our actions, the way we perceive reality, the way we see life is based on how we shape our mind. So before we get into some of the things that I'm sorry because the slide is in Malay, but it's very simple presentation, inshallah. Maybe I can introduce myself a little bit. It will be better. Nama mu'minuna ikhwah. My name is Hasrizal. People call me Ustaz Hasrizal. So previously I was studying in Jordan in Islamic Studies, and one of the universities at the south part of Jordan, Mu'tah. Perhaps you heard about the story of the Battle of Mu'tah when you study Sirah, for example. So after finishing my study in Jordan in Islamic Studies, I came to London and was there for about 2 years. And later on, I worked in Belfast Mosque, Belfast Islamic Centre for several years. And then I left Belfast and joined my wife and our son at that time in Ireland. So we were in Dublin. Ada yang pernah sampai Ireland ke? Ada? Dah pernah sana? Have you been to Ireland? To the south ke north ke tak ada lagi? Yeah? InsyaAllah I was in Ireland until 2004. And then in 2004 we left Ireland and went back to Malaysia for good. So now I'm working in a secondary Islamic school, a private Islamic school in Sepang. So we have around 80 students there, inshallah. So I'm married with 4 children. My wife is a doctor in emergency department. I have 1 daughter and 3 sons. The eldest is 13 years old, and the youngest is 6 years old. So that's a little bit about me. Kalau kat Malaysia, I wrote several books which I hope can be read in other than Malay languages, because many things that I wrote in the books were based on my experience living outside. So I think it will be good and easy for people who live outside Malaysia to appreciate more about the things that I share in the book. Anyhow, that's a little bit about me. Boleh laju-laju tak lebih kurangnya? Introduce yourself, your name, where you staying, which grade you are studying, a bit, insyaAllah. And something interesting about yourself. Boleh tak to start?
Lama lagi tak ada Ustaz.
Lama tak ada? Baru tak ada.
Yang sana bising tak ada.
Sana bising tak ada. Start dulu dengan yang seterusnya.
Duduk.
You won't come back.
You won't come back.
I will.
No,
don't.
You will get lost. Just introduce yourself first.
You can start from here.
My name is Shafika.
Shafika, nice to meet you. That's it? Okay, alright. Shafika.
My name is
Natasha.
My name is Fatin.
Fatin.
My name is Salma. My name is Anisha. My name is Adrian and I live in New Morrison.
So we call address you as Elda, huh?
My name is Adriana.
Adriana, okay. Alright.
My name is Adela, but you can call me Lola.
Okay.
My name is Marsha. My name is Dina. My name is Sarah. My name is Amy.
Fariha.
My name is Hannah.
My name is Habis.
My name is Zain.
So we have only two guys,
Ada
two boys.
lagi.
Ada lagi ya?
They're probably upstairs at the...
Siapa cikgu dah panggil?
Oh.
Okay, that's fine, insyaAllah.
Is
Okay.
that in the camera?
Belakang ada lagi. Sorry lah.
Go to the back.
Belakang.
So my name's Aisha.
Aisyah.
I'm from Manchester and I'm currently in my last year of college.
Okay.
You have to introduce yourself.
I'm Medina. I'm 16. That's my sister.
15.
Basically 16. And yeah.
Thank you. So we have guys, boys. Maybe you can introduce a bit yourself. Di mana, from where?
You have to just say your name. So I just went.
Just remain seated.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Hafiz.
Hafiz.
I'm from Malaysia, just 3 months
Okay.
here.
Recently joined the Manchester
Yeah.
community. Alhamdulillah. Yes.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Adam. I'm from UK. My parents are from. I'm 15. Parents are from Malaysia. I was born in Wales. And, yeah.
Silakan.
My name is Farhan, and I'm 17.
So my name's Iman. I'm 12. I was born in the UK and my parents are from Malaysia.
He likes playing video.
Ada lagi?
Ada lagi belakang.
Silakan.
My name is Hidayah. I'm 15 from Manchester.
My name is Husna and I'm 17.
My name is Mariam. I'm 15. Born in Manchester.
Okay, insyaAllah. I hope I can remember all the names, but insyaAllah kita pelan-pelan cuba. Okay, as you might know or might not know, that the things that being discussed with the parents in the main hall over there, we were discussing about 3 main topics. Yeah? The first one is about the knowledge as perceived by Muslims. The first one. And the second one is about education and parenting. And the third one tomorrow we'll be discussing about some historical aspect of the Waqaf institution in the Ottoman Empire, because me myself by profession I'm a student of history. I'm doing my postgraduate studies about the 16th century Ottoman intellectual history in UKM. So we'll be discussing about that. Anyway, dalam sesi ni, this session, I want to emphasize a little bit about things which I think maybe easily related to the challenge that you have, but it will be much beneficial if you can share with me the feedback, because you know better about the challenge that you are facing. I'm not talking about the social aspect, the challenge of living here in UK, having Malaysian parents, yeah, but all those kind of things. But I want to discuss about something inside our brain, yeah, how to relate things that we are studying in school, and those things align with our faith. As for example, when you learn about ancient history, so you will see that the human civilization or the human life began with some sort of a primitiveness, yeah? But in the Quran, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala described the early man, the first man, as Adam alayhi salam, and he was a civilized man, which is totally different from things that we read and learned from the general history studies that you have in your school, for example. So how we want to put all those things in context? And there are some questions like, when we talk about being a Muslim, usually, I don't know here, but we usually concentrate on relating ourselves to others. I mean, like we are talking about the crisis that our brothers and sisters are having in Palestine, in Syria. So Islam is about relating yourself to others, and sometimes we tend to forget that before all those things, we have to explore the meaning of Islam within our own mind, yeah, in our mind. So I give you one example. Inshallah, for about maybe, I hope, around 20 minutes, and then I want to get some feedbacks from you. I give you one simple example in order to bring up the issue that I want to share with you. Let's say in one small village, we have two farmers. The first one is Pak Haji, a very good person, a Muslim, practicing Islam, everything is good about him. So, dia tanam jagung. Yeah? And then, there's another one farmer, non-Muslim, has no belief in God, no religion whatsoever. Let's say we call him Ah Chong. I'm not meaning that Ah Chong is necessarily a bad guy. There's a Muslim Ah Chong, yeah? But this Ah Chong is the worst person that you can ever imagine. So, both of them tanam jagung. Yeah? So, Pak Haji tanam jagung, Ah Chong also doing the same. Yeah? Maize, corn farm. How Pak Haji did his job? So, Pak Haji performed the Fajr prayer in the mosque. A very good one. And then, reciting the Quran, praying duha, yeah? Everything is so perfect about Pak Haji being a Muslim. So, at 10 o'clock, Pak Haji goes to the farm and start planting the corn seed. Yeah? Dia ambil satu, pick one, and then plant it there, give some water. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh Allah, bless my farm. It's already 11:30. I want to go home and prepare myself for Zuhur prayer. That's how Pak Haji doing his job. Okay, you remember the story. The second one, Ah Chong, yeah, the worst person ever you can imagine. All sort of sins and criminals, yeah, committed by this guy. But he is also planting the same corn. How did he do it? He goes to the farm very early in the morning, 7:30. Not after Fajr prayer, he didn't pray. Okay, and then the corn seeds, there are 6 grades. Grade A is the best one. Grade B, grade C, D, E. So he chose the best one. Yeah? So he plant. And then he read the manual how to plant corn, saying that you must make the distance like 1 meter between one seed and another. So he follows everything, the instructions. And then gave the best care. And at 1 o'clock, he left, went home, and continued doing all sort of sins, criminals and everything lah. So saya nak konflik kat situ. So from your understanding of the story, Pak Haji and Ah Chong, which of them will get the most from the farm? Which one? Forget about the name, Muslim or non-Muslim. Concentrate on how these two guys were doing their job. Why Pak Haji?
Because everything's come from Allah.
Okay.
If like in Malay, taat to Allah, we cannot get something that benefits to us.
Okay. Do you agree with Hafiz? Hafiz kan? So, do you agree that Allah will give everything to Pak Haji because Pak Haji is the one who obey Allah? Yes. What do you think?
You don't know what Allah's going to give you, because
Okay.
Allah can decide not to give it to you even though you're a good person.
Mhm.
So it can be a test. So you don't know what Allah's going to give it, so you can't really tell who's going to get the best of it.
Okay. Generally, based on our limitation as human beings, we calculate, where we perceive the way they are doing their job. We change the subject. Let's say, Pak Haji is a Muslim. He want to take an exam. He read one book. And then, okay, that's it. I continue my prayer. Ah Chong, read everything, give all the effort, follow all the instructions. But he is not a Muslim. He doesn't even believe in Allah, in God. So do you think which of them will success in the examination? It will be Ah Chong. So in this case, do you think Pak Haji will get the most from the farm or Ah Chong?
We don't know because
Pak Haji. Who say Pak Haji? Okay, Pak Haji. Ah Chong? Ah Chong? Anyone say Ah Chong? Okay. Why Ah Chong? Don't know. It's just that you feel it. But Ah Chong will get the most. Yeah? Anyone else? Yeah?
Perfectly like he just planted it.
Yes, what do you think?
Yeah,
But the good person just planted it on.
John planted it perfectly.
But the non-Muslim just, I mean the Muslim planted it.
Just
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
So I think it's the bad person who gets the best.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Masya Allah. Yeah? Thank you. Okay. So which of them gave the most effort? The second one, Ah Chong. Yeah? Okay, thank you. Yeah?
I said Pak Haji, I do believe that, in order to get something you have to put your effort in, like even in Islam, you have to put your effort and then Allah will give it to you. But in a way, Pak Haji did make the most effort because he banged for Fajr, he did all this, did all that. I believe like through that he gets, barakah, he gets blessings.
Okay.
And, in terms of who gets the most out of something, I kind of look at it as a bigger view rather than just, the plant itself, but the most, as in, the most of everything you can get out of it.
Interesting. Getting more and more complicated. Yes, guys.
Sometimes Allah give something better than just corn. So maybe Pak Haji's corn can maybe fail, but there's like a reason for it. Maybe he gets something way better than that.
Okay.
So maybe I don't think
Right. Point taken. Okay.
I think because of the limited explanation of the one, you know how he said he puts one in at a time? It doesn't say the distance. But for the bad person, he did it exactly as the manual told him. So I think that he'll get the most.
Okay, alright. So I try to share with you. I'm not going to persuade you to believe Pak Haji or Ah Chong. The question is very straightforward, and then we try to concentrate only at first stage of the story because there will be more after this. Pak Haji doing his job, tanam jagung, without following the manual, following the instructions. Ah Chong, who does not believe in God whatsoever, no religion at all, have nothing to do with it, but when he want to plant the corn, he is following the instruction. My point is, the instruction that Ah Chong is following, the instruction originated from where? Okay, that is the point. I believe, Wallahu Alam, you can agree or disagree with me. At this stage, in real life, we want to believe that Pak Haji get the most. But in real life, as it says in Arabic, manjadda wajada. Who gave the most will get the most. Both of them are planting corns, but the one who follow the instruction is Ah Chong. So Ah Chong will get the most. And we cannot compensate the limitation simply by saying, no, because he's a Muslim, he will get more corns. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, in this life, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so the next stage is we have to ask some very crucial questions. The first one, who grows pokok jagung, the corn tree? Who grows the corn tree?
Allah.
Allah. Allah is the one who grows the corn tree, the creator. Okay. Who worship Allah? Pak Haji. Now the question is, why, when Pak Haji is the one who obey Allah, Allah grows Ah Chong's tree better than Pak Haji? Okay. The reason I'm giving you this question is because I want to emphasize that the rules of Allah are divided into two sections. Okay, two types of rules of Allah Ta'ala. The first one, the rules of Allah known as Sunnatullah, or we can call it as the law of nature. For example, I'm holding this stuff in my hand. Okay, when I release it from my hand, it will drop. Why the thing is falling? It is following the rule of gravity. Okay. From where the gravity, the rule of gravity originated? Einstein discovered it, but who planted the system in the universe? It's the Creator. So there are two types of rules from Allah. The first one is rules which Allah does not explain in the Quran, but Allah put all the rules in the system that runs the universe. For example, if you feel hungry, the rules is get something to eat. If you feel thirsty, get something to drink. That is the simple rule, cause and effect. So the first one is, we can conclude by saying the first rule is known today as the science. Okay, the first one. The second one is the rules of Allah, which Allah explained through the wahyu, revelation, with the prophets. Allah explained in text. So there are two rules. In other words, I hope you follow me. Okay, being a Muslim is not completed by only following part of the rules. For example, I am a Muslim. I want to plant corn. Because I am a Muslim, Allah must make me success. Even though I am not following the instruction of planting the corn. It doesn't work like that. Even though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we will support you, you will win, but never ever the Prophet ﷺ say or think that, okay, because Allah will support me, I don't have to do any plan, any strategy, I just go into the battle and I will win the battle because Allah is with me. It was never like that. Even though Allah promised that Allah will help Rasulullah, but Rasulullah took all the things needed in order to be the winner in the battle. So my point is, if you want to plant corn, what is the rule of Allah regarding planting corn? Planting corn. Is there any ayah in the Quran say, "Oh, you who believe, wahai orang-orang yang beriman, if you want to plant corn, plant corn after Fajar prayer, and then prosper it with zikrullah. And if you have any problem, go to Mecca and pray in front of Kaabah." There's nothing like that. Yeah? How Allah says? Allah says, "Oh, you who believe," quote unquote, quote unquote, "Oh, you who believe, whoever want to plant corn, get the best seed, plant the right way, water the right amount, give the best care." Where did Allah say those instructions? Is it in the Quran? No, it's not in the Quran. It's in the system. Who study the system?
Humans.
Scientists. Are the scientists Muslim?
No.
It is not so important. It's something else. All those systems were compiled in a book known as the Rule of Agriculture, for example. Now, who follow the rules? Achong or Pak Haji? Achong. Then Achong will get, quantitatively, Achong will get the good result. Because he is the following what Allah decided for corn to grow properly. Even though he does not believe in God. So it means that nowadays, you will see there are many non-Muslims who are very successful in their life, materially speaking, because they are following the basic rule to success. Study, go to work. For example, I want to success in my exam. What is needed?
Vision.
Yeah? No. I just read Surah Yasin and then I drink the Yasin water because it will enlighten my heart. Does it work like that? No. You go to the examination hall, you have a very enlightened heart and it is blank darkness in your brain. So it doesn't work like that. In order to success in your exam, this rule does not recognize your faith at this stage, except you must give the most, study the most, Dan Pak Haji, Ah Chong was the one who did it. Okay, now after coming back from Kem Mithali, Pak Haji discovered his problem. Okay, say, oh, now I understand why my farm is not working very well. So now, Pak Haji changed the way he plant the corn trees. He did exactly as Ah Chong doing. So he went 7:30 in the morning, chose the best seeds. He prayed duha, but not in the mosque, at the farm, at home, for example. And then keep the distance exactly as instructed by the manual. 12 o'clock, Pak Haji said, okay, Alhamdulillah, I finished doing my job, following the instruction. Now I'm preparing myself to go to the mosque. So at the end of the season, Pak Haji got, let's say, 50 kilogram corns, and Ah Chong also got 50 kilogram corns. So now, are they equally successful?
Yes.
Maybe. Why maybe?
Because you don't really know the quality.
Okay. Any other different answer? Same one, yeah? Quality versus quantity. Because both are following the signs, quantitatively, they got almost similar result. Okay. Quantity. Pak Haji got 50 kilogram output. It doesn't make him as a rich person, but every Friday he gives sedekah 5 ringgit, for example. His family is happy, having their life. They are doing well in their life. There's nothing much to bother about. Sometimes they can help others as well. So that is Pak Haji. 50 kilogram, because following the signs, 50 kilogram plus barakah, because he is also obeying the rule of religion, rule of Allah, the Sharia. Ah Chong, he also got 50 kilogram corn, but he got so many crises in his life. He's never been a happy person, because even though he got 50 kilogram, he's not happy, have crisis with the family, thinking about so many problems. He want to give sedekah 5 ringgit. Immediately, an idea came to his mind saying, if you give 5 ringgit, now your money is minus 5 ringgit. So I don't want to spend my money on that. This is how Ah Chong is thinking. Okay. Now, what I want to, my conclusion that I want to suggest to you is that science and agama and religion both works in synchronization. You cannot choose either or. If you go against the rule of religion, you will go against science. If you go against science, you will find yourself against religion as well. I give you an example. If it's here, insyaAllah, hopefully. Let's to find a simple one. Okay. We left the first one example. The second one. When you study biology, have you ever feel that actually you are studying the rules of Allah embedded in living things? You might feel, you might not feel. You will say that, what biology has to do with Allah? What physics has to do with Allah? Say, let's take an example. Medical student. Yeah? Any future medical student here? Any medical doctor's children? Alhamdulillah, okay, Alhamdulillah. Alright, let's say this guy graduated from his final exam. Alhamdulillah, now I am halfway to become a doctor. Housemanship, yeah? But he didn't attend the induction course, which is compulsory to all new doctors. He went for holiday, 2 weeks. After coming back from holiday, he registered himself in a hospital, and a senior doctor instructed this young doctor, I want you to give insulin to the diabetic patient. Do it. And then this guy said, alamak, how much should I inject the insulin? I should know the answer. But because I failed to attend the induction course, now I do not know how much should I give the insulin to the patient. So he just make up his own mind. He say, okay, I give him 100 unit of insulin.
That's much.
That's too much. What happened?
Die.
The patient will collapse, die, yeah? SS2, yeah? That's the end. Why? Because he is giving 100 unit of insulin. That is too much. Because the patient only need perhaps around 6 to 10 units. Now, my question is, who made that rules? Science, doctors. Is it doctors? Doctors discovered the rules from research. But the one who the embedded system within the person, the patient, is the creator of the person. And that is Allah. If you give 6 unit insulin, you are obeying the rule of the creator of the patient, which is Allah. Now, the doctor does not follow science. He gave 100 unit, the patient died. He killed the patient out of ignorance. And because of that, he is also committed a crime from the religion point of view. So he disobeyed science, he also disobeyed religion. Okay, you fail to follow science, you will cause harms, then you are also disobey religion. Okay, another example, this one. An engineer, that's the best I can get from the internet. For an engineer, quantity surveyor, civil engineer. From the calculation they made, if you want to build a concrete bridge, you will need, let's say, 100,000 packed of concrete. Okay, 100,000 unit. Let's say it's a long one, it's a big one. So 100,000 is the accurate amount needed. So he bought 100,000 unit, yeah, of the concrete. And then 80,000 were made into bridge. 20,000 packet were sold illegally behind his house. And he got benefit from it. And he used the benefit, the money, to go for a holiday. So, from religious point of view, did he commit sin?
Yes.
Because the concrete, the stuff, does not belong to him. So, he commit sin from religious point of view. And he built the bridge only using 80,000 unit of the concrete, which is 20,000 unit missing. So after 6 months, what happened? The bridge collapsed, for example. So when he disobeyed religion, he also disobeyed science. And it caused all the chaos in the world. So my point of view now is that science and religion are working together. And because of that, as a Muslim, we do not have the experience of having conflicts between religion and science the way other fellow members from other faith, for example Christianity, who face some lots of problems in the history regarding religion, how to harmonize religion with science. In Islam, religion support science, science support religion. When you study physics, you are studying the system of the creator. When you are studying biology, you are also learning something from Allah. When you are studying chemistry, you are also studying something from Allah. So, in order to be a successful person, you must return to the unified science and religion. You cannot go against science and making excuse, it's okay because I am a Muslim, Allah will make me success. It will never work like that. Yes?
In school, we learn about Charles Darwin
Right.
and his theory of evolution, how we evolved from apes.
Mhm.
If you disagree with that, that means you're following religion. If you believe in that, that means you're disagreeing with the fact that God created from Adam and Eve.
Okay.
So,
But then again, it's just a theory.
yeah, but that's still science.
I don't have a direct answer to your question, but to get a better picture of what Darwinism is all about, you have to go further in history. Okay? Usually, the evolution theory is being associated with Charles Darwin. Anyone of you remember he lived at which century? Anyone? I forgot. I mean, it's not that I'm testing you. I myself couldn't remember. But you have to remember, first one, Charles Darwin spoke Arabic very well. He read Arabic. Okay? Before, hundreds of years before Charles Darwin, there were some other Muslim scholars who wrote similar things about evolution theory. For example, Ibn Misquay. And there is some hypothesis saying that Charles Darwin had access and read Ibn Misquay's manuscript in Germany. So the one who bring forward the idea of evolution might not be Charles Darwin, but someone else. Why Ibn Misquay discussed this matter? I give you one provocative, hopefully, yeah, something that you might need to think about it. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhis salam, Allah says in the Quran, yeah, to the malaikah, I am going to make Adam as the first Khalifah on earth. Do you remember the response of the angels, the malaikah? The malaikah asked Allah Ta'ala, yeah, why you want to create Adam as Khalifah? Because Adam and his children, his descendants, will spread mischieving, yeah, wrongdoings on earth. Now the question is, Adam has not yet been created. Then why angels ask about that? So there was some discussion long time ago in history, because Muslims 1,000 years ago, they were very brave in exploring this area. So they were suggesting that before Allah created Adam, there were several Adams before our Adam. Okay. Division. So Allah created one Adam in one cycle. So Adam had children, and then civilization, and then World War I, World War II, and then nuclear war, and then Kiamat, and then finish. Then a new cycle began with new Adam. And then everything happened, and then finish. The third Adam came into existence. So Ibn Arabi said that probably our Adam is the sixth, the sixth Adam in those cycles. This is very important because when you go into A level, you are studying biology as a Farhan. This one is now.
GCSE.
So your name is that?
Farhan, yeah.
Farhan. Okay. When you're doing IGCSE, for example, you were studying biology, and then maybe your teachers can prove that to a certain extent evolution theory has some truth in it. It's not completely against religion. So you have difficulties. If I accept evolution theory, I am against Islam. If I follow Islam, I have to reject evolution theory. While probably it is not never black and white like that. So when you study history, you will see that there were some excavations. They found bones. For example, skeletons. Lucy in Africa. From the carbon dating process, it shows that Lucy age, she lived not less than 1.8 million years ago. Okay? We have Perak Man in Malaysia, yeah, who found in Perak. I am also Perak Man, but I'm still alive. This is another Perak Man. Perak Man, carbon dating, say that he might live maybe around 800,000 years ago. So if you go to the history, before Prophet Muhammad, who was the prophet? Can you remember? Before Muhammad, we have how many prophets?
Isa.
Mentioned in the Quran, we have Isa, and before Isa, we have Musa, we have all other prophets. Between Muhammad and Adam alaihissalam, based on calculation, it should not exceed more than around 50,000 years. From day one, Adam. Who was Lucy? The human skeleton that was found, aged 1.8 million years. This is real. And people want answers. Because our limited understanding about evolution theory conflicted with Charles Darwin religion, we tend to ignore the process of getting answers on these issues. So what I'm telling you that is, we must have strong interest in discovering knowledge, because there are many things that were explored by early Muslim scholars, but because they didn't have the science, they didn't have the technology, they didn't have the lab carbon dating, their hypothesis was very limited. So now, if you have good commitment to knowledge, you might have some chances to explore on that matter. Yes?
So, should we believe that Adam was the first man on earth?
Okay. In the Quran, Allah did not mention Adam was the first man. In Quran, if you see probably in the ayah, Allah mentioned that Adam was the first Khalifah. There might be creation like Adam, not exactly like Adam, similar to Adam, live before Adam. So there was some grey area over there. So I cannot easily answer Farhan's question, but what I can say is, even Charles Darwin, he was not the one who implemented evolution theory on human being. He was discovering this theory on other species, but never on human being. The one who brought the evolution theory from turtles, from birds into human being were the next generation known as social Darwinists. For example, Herbert Spencer. Herbert Spencer was the one who tried to implement Charles Darwin's theory on human being, saying that there was some better human being than other human being. So we were the white people are much civilized, so it is our natural responsibility to civilize other people in other continents, known as the white man burden. So we must conquer other places because we have to help them civilize, because they were less than us. Yes?
Yeah, I heard I have a friend who's Afro-Caribbean, or some people say that, and she goes, some biologists, they think that, the white man is more kind of
Superior.
to the, like they kind of evolved after them in a way, after the black. Yeah, so obviously.
So my point is, first of all, we cannot easily conclude the question that Farhan asked just now. So it's open for your interest if you want to explore in your study. But as a Muslim, we are blessed for having a very clear path to explore and guided, rather than simply blindly try to explore and we get confused with so many things. There are many other issues. For example, I have some presentations here, but the time is very limited, about the origin of the Malay people. The Malay people, okay? The Malay people, from the DNA research as presented by USM several years ago, and there's a very well-known professor in Oxford, Stephen Oppenheimer. The DNA research shows that Malay DNA is the oldest DNA among the existing human being that we have today. So we are from the very, very old tribes. Yeah. Then we have 6 different types of Malay people. So previously in history, when you study history, the mainstream theory saying that Malay were originated from China, from Taiwan. They came down to the Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore and stayed there, and then they were not the original people. But from the recent research, combination of religious studies, DNA studies, marine archaeology, they came out with different findings now. Malaysia, Indonesia, around 70,000 years ago, were a huge land known as Sunda land, triple the size of India nowadays. And then there's a huge volcano eruption occurred in Danau Toba in Medan, Sumatra, yeah, and the ashes got into the fly all over the world. They found even the ashes in Nairobi. They found the ashes in Africa. Almost 3/3 of the world population disappeared because of that. Those who survived were the Malays, because they live on the east part of the volcano. And then it started to emerge. And finally, Stephen Oppenheimer in Oxford saying that there is a strong evidence suggesting that the lost world of Atlantis is Sunda land, the Malay area. And if you go in depth, you find one book very interesting. The topic is East of Eden. The Stephen Oppenheimer wrote the book from Oxford. He gave all the data explaining why he's saying that the lost world of Atlantis was Sunda land. So there are many interesting things that we can explore about the unknown prehistory of the Malay archipelago over there in back home in Malaysia, yeah. But it needs people like you who have strong capability to understand, also strong interest in religion, who loves knowledge, who want to explore, who love history, and who has good connection with science people, and we all work together to discover the secret of this world that we are living in. So my point of view is enjoy ourselves being a Muslim, because at the international level, because I'm a student of history, I found that it's very soothing being a Muslim historian, because we don't have conflicts between science and religion. Both work together very, very well. But in other faiths, they are dealing with many crises. So anything that you want to add a little bit? Yes.
I thought that people were originated from Africa, like you were
Out of Africa theory, it has been countered, defeated by the new finding, because the Malay world extended from Madagascar to where? Any one of you? If you can make suggestion?
America.
Between Madagascar and Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii. In 19th century, 1867, the king in Hawaii was a Malay man.
Now I think about it, it would be like
And Malay language in 17th century, 16 something, yeah, Malay language were understood between Persian, Iran today, to Hawaii. But later on, the civilization decreased because of so many imperialism, and then we also had many difficulties in managing our own life. So the civilization declined. Yeah? But the Malay world at that time stretched between Madagascar until Hawaii. So at the end, when you try to conclude everything, the whole human population were divided into the major 6 groups of races of people, and the Malay people were older, much older than other people that we know today. Yeah. So tak apalah, yang tu tak macam mana pula boleh masuk situ pula. I'm sorry, I've been so all around the places. But what I want to conclude a little bit. So you can see. I don't know if this one is working or not.
Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Küchenwächters. Das Überleben.
Okay, first of all, before I finish the video, if we ask a question, what language is Islamic language?
Arabic.
Mainly we will say Arabic. So every Muslim should learn Arabic. I agree with that. But,
I would think like Aramaic or something, you know, like Hebrew, like even before
Okay.
then, some kind of language.
Alright, okay. That is too complicated, okay? But I agree with you. Take a look at this video. So if you don't learn Arabic, berdosa ke tak berdosa? Not learning Arabic. Tak berdosa, but
But
It's
because
sunnah, recommended.
when
Recommended, yeah, strong
okay.
recommended.
Is it Islamic learning English?
no,
No, it didn't say can't learn English.
As
Yeah.
long as you get the translation.
You just need to
Arabic is
find a way to
Google
understand
Translate.
what it says, that's all.
Okay, alright. I am a Pakistani doctor. I work in Malaysia. I want to take history from patient and I don't speak Malay. What will you write in your report? So, you cannot work as a doctor in Malaysia if you do not understand Malay language. So, take a look at this video. What happened when someone does not does not have the proficiency in English language? Yeah.
Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Küchenwächters. Das Überleben. Radar. Mayday, mayday. Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you? Yeah, over. We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We're sinking. We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
Yeah. So, at the end, 200 people died because someone does not have proper English. So my point of view, yes, Arabic has special status in Islam because Al-Quran is revealed in Arabic. We need to learn Arabic, but there is no such thing as so-called Islamic language. All languages are Islamic when the languages are studied and used accordingly. So English also is an Islamic language. Malay also is an Islamic language. In some situation, perhaps by not learning Malay, it will be more sinful than not learning Arabic. For example, I am a doctor from Pakistan. I work in Malaysia. I don't speak Malay. Makcik datang from small village. Doktor, ni gatal-gatal ni kan, macam mana nak buat ni? And the doctor doesn't understand. What will he write in the report? There were many foreign doctors in Malaysia who fake the report because they don't have the language. And when we say, you must learn Malay. Why? I don't need Malay. Arabic, yes. English, yes. Malay language, no. No. If you have a proper understanding about the meaning of this life, there will be no discrimination. Malay language is important because you are dealing with Malay patients. Having a proper English is very important in order to live here in UK. You will understand accurately and you can also deliver as it is. So learning English also is important. Being Islamic in using language means speak a language in the right way. No matter if it's Malay, Chinese, Arabic, English or anything. Okay? And maybe some of the last one. Take a look at this ayah. When we want to eat a food, Islamically, the food must has two qualities. The first one is halal, and the second one is tayyiban. Halal means obeying the rule of religion. Tayyiban means good. how do you define the food is good or not?
Healthy.
Healthy.
Edible.
So, following the food science. The food science. You cannot be a proper Muslim by only consuming halal food that is not
Good.
healthy. Yeah? You have a camel born in Mecca. Yeah, a camel, an Islamic animal. Yeah? And then you slaughter the camel, make a curry from it, yeah, masak curry, and then pakcik with high blood pressure ate the Islamic camel, and he died after Asar prayer. Why? Not because he ate haram food. He ate a very halal food, very halal camel, but the camel is not scientifically suitable for him. So, Islamically, when you buy food, you have to seek information on halal or not from the ingredients. You must also take a look at the nutrition facts to make sure that it is suitable with your personal condition. So, being a Muslim is very harmony on this matter. Islam is not random. Islam is always working well between science and religion, everywhere, anywhere. When you slaughter an animal, you want to slaughter a sheep or a ayam, yeah, chicken. Oh, sorry. This will be the last one. What is the Islamic rules on slaughtering chicken? Yeah.
The cow.
Okay.
You have to cut the jugular vein.
Okay.
There's, I think, is there 3 arteries you have to cut? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You have the windpipe as well.
The lower part or the above part?
The lower.
The below part, eh?
Yeah.
The below part. Should you cut totally 100%? Everything?
Fast.
Sure. Only half of the neck, yes.
My friend was asking me about why we do that in Islam and why we don't use, how they taser it first.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we do that?
Okay.
Is it more humane or what?
We hope we can find answers for why question everywhere. Sometimes we can understand, sometimes we need to explore more. But on this issue, what is required is, as a Muslim, when you want to slaughter a cow, for example, you must use a sharp knife. Why?
Because we don't want the animals to be suffering.
Okay. Have you ever interviewed the animal? Sakit tak? Yeah. So, yes, I do agree. Yeah. But from our benefit point of view, hold on, yeah.
Are you alright?
When you use sharp knife, you will give less effort but more production. 1 chicken is fine. 1,000 chicken?
Oh.
At what time you want to finish your work? So with sharp knife, less effort, more production. 1. The second one, we are required to slaughter the chicken or the cow only around half of the neck. Because when we slaughter half of the neck, it will bring the animal into a deep sleep mode. So the heart is still pumping the blood out. So when you cut it like that, it will pump all the blood out, all the flesh, yeah, daging, ayam, semua tu, there will no remain blood in the flesh. So it will be healthier. If you cut everything, chop, and then all the blood inside will never come out completely, so it will easily ruin, cepat rosak, ya, busuk daging tu, and it's not healthy, all the bacteria and everything. So when we want to slaughter animal, by following Islamic requirement, scientifically it is also beneficial for all of us. And that is why I think here nowadays halal meat is everywhere in UK. So much different than the first few years when I came here in 1998. Yeah, I have to travel from Belfast to Dublin, yeah, to get halal chicken. So who wants to buy chicken, I'm going to Dublin. Ada ceramah dekat Dublin. So I came back from Dublin with like 55 kilogram chicken. Yeah? Allah Alam. So my conclusion, yeah, is that let us praise Allah SWT and be grateful of being chosen to have the faith with light that enlighten us to easily find answers in so many questions. So this is very a blessing from Allah Ta'ala for us to be Muslims. So be proud to be Muslim. Anything else? Last one before we end our session.
Putting your hand up.
So there's also that, you know, you have to mention the name of Allah something.
Yes.
And there's actually this video on YouTube where he kind of whispered it into the animal's ear, and then they just totally like,
Yeah.
they're really calm.
I know.
Yeah, like the goat, right? Is it the goat, right?
Yeah.
Tell us.
From the faith point of view, scholars are not completely agreed on the compulsory. Is it compulsory to say Bismillah? It is recommended, but it is not compulsory if you are already a Muslim. But it is good. But yes, there are some evidence shows that as mentioned in this hadith, Allah Ta'ala said, Inna Allah katabal ihsana ala kulli shay. Allah has planted or required al-ihsan. Al-ihsan means that when you do something, you do it at its best in everything. فَإِذَا قَتَلْتُمْ فَأَحْسِنُوا الْقِتْلَةِ. Whenever you want to execute if you want to kill somebody, execute macam hukum bunuh, فَأَحْسِنُوا الْقِتْلَةِ. Do the process properly. وَإِذَا ذَبَحْتُمْ. When you slaughter animal, فَأَحْسِنُوا الذَّبْحَ. Then make it good, make it at its best. Yeah. وَلْيُحِدَّ أَحَدُكُمْ شَفْرَتَهُ. You must sharpen your knife. فَلْيُرِحْ ذَبِيحَتَهُ. And you must calm the animal. It means that you are not allowed to slaughter a cow in front of another cow. Look. So it means that kalau if it's in Malay language, when you do the slaughtering, kena jaga hati lembu. Kalau hati lembu pun kena jaga, hati manusia apatah lagi kena jaga. This is the beauty of Islam. So, okay, anything else we have? Finish already. Anything for the last one?
No.
Yeah.
So, like,
Other about the universe.
Okay, kosher meat from Islamic faith point of view considered as meat slaughtered by the people of the book. So there are two different opinions, and we cannot make it one. So the one who disagreed will disagree. But for those who agree, eating kosher meat is permissible. Okay, it's permissible. Okay, that's all. For when Jewish community slaughter their animal, when the Christian community slaughter their animal, the dispute is wider because Jewish people are more committed to their faith rather than the Christian fellows because they have some other issues. But in general, many scholars, especially those in the West, will go supporting the idea of eating the meat slaughtered by the people of the book is permissible. But even though it's permissible, it's not necessarily mean it's recommended or promoted. Eating halal is always the best. But kosher food and Christian slaughtered animal with no specific term are also permissible in Islam. So it's a very short session, but thank you very much for your attentiveness and your points of view. Very interesting. My only hope is that, inshallah, you continue your struggle. Your study. This is so bad, continue with your study, and please have a very high interest in knowledge, in reading, in learning. I was in Istanbul 2 years ago. I attended a summer school. They gave scholarship for only 20 students from all over the world. I was among the only 3 Muslim students. We have other students from Finland, from Germany, from other countries who were studying Islamic history. But my friend, for example, from Germany, he spoke 8 languages, including Arabic. The youngest among us was a student from Italy, from Napoli, neighbors in the south. He spoke Arabic very well and never been to any Arab countries. Only in Italy. Yeah, he studied Arabic. And then we have one student from Finland, from Helsinki. His research was on I forgot the name of the scholar, and he read Arabic and Old Turkish very well. So I was personally very impressed with their interest in learning other people's history and never skip the requirement of learning history, and that is to have a good profession in the languages. So other people are working very hard in gaining knowledge and to build a proper understanding. So we as a Muslim must have the similar or even better commitments. Nothing else works evergreen everywhere except having the good knowledge and faith. So enjoy everything. Thank you very much. So thank you, Kak Alice, and everything. So inshallah we'll meet again somewhere, sometime, everywhere.
And I'm sure if you have like burning questions or not even burning questions, you can approach Ustaz whenever.
I'm everywhere here.
Yeah, especially in the dining area. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Ustaz.
Halal and tayyiban in dining area. Okay, thank you.